afternoon, West Ham fans. It's Monday, it's 6 p.m, so it's only time for the Academy Show. It is indeed time for the Academy Show, the award-winning Academy Show. I'm just giving it an award. Only West Ham channel out there to designate, both same thing. A show just for the Academy. Very important, obviously. Even more so with the likes of Freddie Potts coming through the side and having a match-winning performance yesterday. So what we try and do on the Academy Show, anyone new to the channel, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to give it a hype. Let's hype the Academy. So if you've got the hypes, you can scroll across, give it a hype. Now, actually, I'll wait 2 seconds for you to do it. And give it a like. I'll just wait. Thank you very much. So what we do is we talk about any contract news, anything that's happened over the last sort of week or so. We talk about the players, the Academy players out on loan, the likes of Alvarez and stuff we'll talk about in Hammer's Headlines a bit earlier on today. And then we talk about any of the games the 18 to 21s have played over the weekend. In terms of news, no, hang on, what's he done? He always fucks about this. In terms of news, two sort of bits. Firstly, the club, as we know, recalled Finn Herrick from his successful loan at Boreham Wood. Something like 7 clean sheets in 10 games. He has been recording his training with the first team squad. He was sort of the training goalkeeper yesterday. There was reports that Fabianski was having back spasms and stuff like that, which may be a case. However, I think it's really interesting to see him being called up. The reason why I think it's really interesting to see him being called up is because we already have another goalkeeper there in terms of Christian Heggie, who's been played for 21s and stuff like that. So for Finn to come back, I think is a lot more interesting and a lot more into that than we should read a lot more into that, basically. For me, Finn is clearly the one they want bringing up from the academy into the first team squad, not saying number 1 jersey, but bringing him up into the training squad. And that could suggest maybe Mads is going to be moved on in January, and Nuno as a goalkeeper, and obviously Rui Barbosa now is there, the goalkeeper coach. Obviously the likes of Billy and Mark and Steve have spoke about the virtues of Finn to Nuno, I would assume. So he wants a proper look at him. So that's what's happening. And maybe he might go back out in January, maybe towards the end of the transfer window, if the likes of Mads have maybe moved on potentially, or maybe there's a further issue to Lucas potentially, but we'll wait and see. Also, the club did announce the long-term signing of Preston Fearon. He's done an extension to his contract, so we have got the likes of. We've got Ezra Mayers, obviously, and as predicted by the West Ham Network, Ezra Mayers was on the bench yesterday. Just saying. Who needs ITKs? We had Ezra on a long-term deal. Edris Golombekis a long-term deal. We've now got Kante on a long-term deal. We've got Mr. Fear on a long-term deal. We've also, as we predicted, Josh Landers has signed an extension to his contract. So it does seem the club are trying to maintain those investments because, you know, if they are moved on eventually, that is 100% profit. So under contract makes perfect sense. So great to see all those guys signed to longer-term deals. Let's talk about the players, the academy players currently out on loan. A mixed bag. I think they all... No, they didn't all lose. They didn't all lose. Lewis Orford, following his impressive turnout for Stevenage in the Virtue Trophy midweek. He came on as a 68th minute sub for Stevenage in the FA Cup first round. 1-0 home defeat to Chesterfield, but still good to see Lewis finally get some minutes. About time too. Will that transcend into the league this weekend? We'll have to wait and see. You have to stay tuned to the Academy Show on Monday for us to let you know. Elsewhere, another full 90 minutes for Michael Forbes. He was in the Northampton, Kevin Nolan's Northampton Town side, Cobblers, no, it's true, who lost 3-1 away to Oldham Athletic in the FA Cup first round, but still another good 90 minutes under the belt for Michael Forbes. It was a match-winning late substitution appearance for Gideon Godoa as Luton Town won 4-3 in a dramatic home win against Forest Green Rovers in the FA Cup first round. Gideon was a 71st minute substitute and then scored the winner in the 92nd minute. Congratulations to Gideon there. No minutes for Julie Robinson. He was an unused matchday sub as Livingston drew 2-2 in the SPL against Hibernian. Regan Clayton was an unused matchday sub as Braintree lost 4-1 to Chelmsford Town in the FA Cup. A reminder that Mason Terry is obviously still on loan at Braintree at the moment. He is out with injury. I think it's a broken hand he's got. And obviously we mentioned before about Finn being called back from his loan spell at Boreham Wood. Let's talk about the under-17s, shall we? Let's talk about the under-17s. They are through to the quarterfinals, and they secured the first. Sorry, start again. The West Ham first-year scholars, basically under-17s, secured their place in the quarterfinals of the under-17 Premier League Cup when they beat defending champions Tottenham Hotspur 3-1. It's a competition reserved for players born on or after September the 1st, 2008. 2008, fucking hell. With our squad comprising mainly of first-year scholars plus a handful of schoolboys. We cruised through to knockout stages with 3 wins out of 3, scoring 11 goals and conceding just 3. It's the same format as the under-18s Premier League Cup, which we obviously won last year. So the winners from the 8 groups progress through to the quarterfinals. We have been joined in the final 8 with Crystal Palace, Leicester City, Liverpool, Southampton, Blackburn, Newcastle, and West Brom. So congratulations to the 17s. Also, the under-21s, they obviously beat Swindon in the week, and that made sure that we qualified for the Virtua Trophy, the first development side this season to qualify for the knockout stages of the Virtua Trophy. So congratulations to the boys there. Under-18s thumped Ipswich 8-2 away from home, making it 3 consecutive victories in all competitions. With under-16 star Isaac Thomas, keep an eye on him, people, enjoying a dream debut for the under-18s, scoring 4 goals, with Andre Dyke netting a brace and Medine also etching his name on the score sheet. We actually play Ipswich again later this month, this time in the Premier League Cup. Returning to Ipswich's training ground on Saturday the 22nd. Before that, the under-18s are back at Little Heath next Saturday coming, to take on Crystal Palace under-18s in the Premier League South. We'll be looking to stretch our winning run to 4 games in all competitions. No games for the 21s this weekend, but they have 2 games this week, and one it kicks off in but an hour's time as they play Wolves under 21s away in the PL2, and then they return back to Rush Green on Friday night against Liverpool under 21, 7 p.m. kickoff. Get your ass down there. I keep saying it. It's free for season ticket holders. If not, it's a £5 for adults, £1 for kids. 7 o'clock kickoff. You'll be, if you live in Romford or whatever, you'll be home by 9 o'clock. Absolutely great, great games, and you can cheer on the youth and cheer on the next prospect. You can see the likes of Ezra Mayers. You can see the likes of Edgar Colin Beckis. You can see the likes of actually, might not see Ezra because he might be called up to the first team again. But you'll see the likes of Mamadou Kante, Josh Landers, Daniel Cummings, Josh Ajala, Amika Adiele, Christian Heggie in goal, Ryan Batcham, Jethro Medine, Gabriel Kalista, Preston Fearon, get along and cheer on the boys. It'd be much appreciated. Thank you very much. And that's it, my friends. That is the Academy Show. Don't forget to like, comment, share. Don't forget to give it a hype. It's the first Monday. On the Monday, you get your hypes regenerated. So give it a hype and let's hype this and get the good work of the academy, good work of the likes of, Kenny Brown and his side out into the masses. And until next time, my friends, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, keep cheering on the academy, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Much love. Bye-bye.